Hey, and welcome to the episode. Today we're talking about entrepreneurship as somebody who is blind and low vision. Many people think that entrepreneurship as somebody who is low vision, blind, or blind deaf is like, this impossible feat that will never be accomplished. And I mean, like, ever. In fact, I did a recent search and found some interesting info. Did you know that out of all the people in the world, that only 30% approximately of the blind and low vision community actually is employed in some manner? That means a whopping 70% of the blind throughout the world are reliant on some kind of a program from the government to be able to survive. Think about that now. 70% of the blind around the world are dependent on government income. 70%. Now, when it comes to the remaining 30% that do have some kind of a work income, there's no actual specifics that are given when it comes to the aspect of, are they self-employed? Do they work a 9-to-5 job? Are they entrepreneurs and have multiple streams of income? There's no real specifics on that, but I did find it a little bit concerning that there's only 30% of the blind and low vision throughout the world that actually do have some kind of a work income, which means that we in the community have a lot of people who have many skills who are missing out on a potential revenue stream that they could be earning themselves and regain and maintain their independence. Because I know there's quite a few of you, and yes, I am talking to you. Maybe you didn't see me pointing at you, but yes, I am talking to you. There are a lot of you I know for a fact that have high school diplomas, various college degrees, certifications, and unfortunately you're sitting at home going and you're collecting SSI or SSDI, adult child, or something to that effect, or maybe you're just on state assistance because you didn't qualify for Social Security's assistance. Whatever the situation may be, either way, you have skills that aren't being used that you spent a long time acquiring. In fact, I bet you have knowledge and skills right now that you're probably pondering in your head as I sit here and talk about this, that you're going, I do actually have quite a bit of skills that I could be using, like being a certified paraprofessional for a school. Or maybe you are actually qualified to be a teacher or a professor. Or maybe you're a first responder, a dispatcher, business professional in the aspect of marketing, data entry, or any number of different possibilities. And you're sitting home, bored out of your mind, living month to month on a government income that restricts you from being able to do anything and enjoy life. How do I know? I was there. Still am, kind of, but not quite. See, this is why I created Consult the Blind Guy. This is why I created the Work From Home series. This is why I wrote my book, Income Booster, 100 plus businesses you can start from home and ditch the 9-to-5. Why? Because you and I and many people around the world all need this information, because unfortunately, in many cases, it does slap us in the face on a daily basis that, hey, you could be making tons of money right now, but you just aren't doing it. Or maybe you just didn't know how. Or maybe you do and you just are a little bit nervous to try. That's why I took that leap of faith last year and am still dealing with the outcome of that leap of faith. But I'm at least putting in the effort. I'm making that attempt. No, I'm not making money hand over fist yet, but that is something that I do hope will eventually happen. I actually know people within the influencer community, creator community, who have only been doing this for a very short period of time themselves. Granted, they're in the sighted community, but I know people that are making $200 plus a day. Now, granted, I hope that I can make it to some kind of an income like that in the future, but that just shows me there is a very, very large potential for everything that I'm teaching here in these videos and what is in the works behind the scenes that you don't have access to yet. Entrepreneurship in the blind and low vision community is entirely feasible. It just has to be done in a completely different manner than those that are in the sighted community. They have that ability to just get up, walk out, go wherever they want to, do whatever the hell they want to, and don't have to worry about anything. We, on the other hand, have to figure out ways to improvise and adapt and overcome these challenges. Yes, I did just make a Marine Corps reference, but it's true. We in the blind community, whether you realize it or not, do live by that Marine Corps motto of improvise, adapt, and overcome. Because we always have to improvise a solution to adapt to that situation to be overcoming that challenge. Like, you are probably sitting there going, how in the hell is he doing videos if he can't see? Well, thankfully I'm in the legally blind spectrum of that wonderful, huge spectrum of low vision and blindness, which means set it up, get it set, and don't touch it. Because I could probably screw with the focusing on this camera right now and make it so you could see the new mascot back there right now, you know, the little blind guy, but I'll wait and mess with that later because it looks good now. But still, that's my point. Many people think that you always have to go about all this extravagant setup and you have to do this and you have to do that in order to be able to do something. And that's not necessarily the case. You don't have to have an expensive camera. You don't have to have an expensive microphone. Really, the only thing you need is the phone that you're probably holding on to right now. Serious. Why? Because the phone that's in your hand probably costs roughly anywhere between $800 and $1,500, right? Seems like the going rate these days is between $800 and $1,500 for a decent phone. And in which case, those decent phones have decent cameras. And in many cases, those decent cameras are just as good as this $1,000 DSLR camera. So you're getting two devices, and really it's a computer in your hand that does pictures way better than this camera. In which case, you can do videos. Set it on a tripod, sit there, record your video. May not have the best audio per se, depending on where you're sitting in reference to the camera, but that's a simple fix too. And that's my point, is there are a lot of people in our community who are making things way, way more complicated than they need to be. They are very simple. They are accomplishable. You just have to take the time to do it. Experiment. Try not to get down on yourself because you made a mess up. You know what? Shit happens. Life happens. Everybody makes mistakes. There is no such thing as truly perfect. And even if there is such a thing as truly perfect, is it really perfect? Because at some point you're going to look at it and go, hey, yeah, that's perfect. But then I can look at it and I can go, that looks like shit. Or, you know, it's nearly perfect, but you could have improved here. And even then, when something is perfect, it's really not perfect, because there's this concept within the human brain that looks at something and still will find some kind of a fault. Because you could have a perfect video, not a single screw up, perfect audio, perfect video quality, perfect sharpness, clarity, everything immaculate. But just because something may look perfect, may sound perfect, may appear perfect to one, does not mean it appears perfect to another. And then you have the aspect of the composition of thought. If something's perfect and you look at it, is it really perfect? Or is it you trying to find a reason for it to be perfect or imperfect? Or is it just plain and boring? Because that's what I think. That's what it comes down to ultimately. Perfect and boring. Who wants a perfect video? You can't have a perfect video, especially when it comes to the blind community, because it would take us ages. But imperfection is perfection in itself. Just think about it. If you have an imperfect video that has multiple cuts, multiple changes in scenery, in volume control, background music, fluctuations in tone of voice, seriousness, playfulness, and all of this other bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. Hate to say it, but that's everything in a nutshell is bullshit. Because there is no way that anyone ever in the history of mankind, or never will be in the history of mankind until, extinction, that any of us will ever be able to obtain this thing called perfection. And if anything, if we continue on this pursuit of perfection, wouldn't we just then accomplish the same thing that is set in the movie for Divergent? That was the whole thing about Divergent, was going after perfection and then fucking everything up. So if we continue perfecting and perfecting and perfecting and then we f everything up, that means you then have to work backwards to go from perfection to be able to start from scratch to figure out where you f***ed up to be able to fix the f*** up to f*** up yet again in the future. Yeah, I know, that's an awful lot of beeps, but hey, I know you understand exactly what I said there, even with the beeps, because, well, granted, you probably did, but I bet you got the concept, because what is it you're really trying to accomplish? What is it that you want to do? Just sit there on your ass and collect Social Security all day? Food stamps that don't hardly cover anything, not be able to travel anywhere, go out to eat, enjoy life like everybody else? Or are you actually going to listen to what I've been telling you for the last 4 years? To get off your ass. Actually put in the effort and accomplish your damn goal. Because you can create videos. I've proven that. Been proving it for the last 4 years on this channel alone. Been doing it for 20 years alone on YouTube. So don't use the excuse of, I can't see, so I can't make a video. Because I can tell you right now, that's bullshit. Because there's plenty of community members who can also comment down below that are blind and vision impaired and also run YouTube channels and podcasts. Or in the case of our good friend, the blind guy, Greg, he not only is a YouTube channel host, he is a podcast host and a radio host. So don't give me the excuse that you can't see, so I can't do it. Because bullshit. Yes, you can. You just have to put your mind to it. There's many of us in this community who have accomplished what many people in society have said that we could not do. And it is up to you to get it through your own thick skull that just because somebody else out in society says you can't do it, that what they say does not mean to you. Because you can do whatever you set your damn mind to. You want to do a video? Do a video. You want to do a podcast? Do a podcast. You want to go out and be able to run your own business? Well, then use the skills you have. A search online will find you whatever resources you need to obtain more information or skills to be able to accomplish what you want to do. You can do YouTube. You can do TikTok. Well, maybe not TikTok. Maybe I should just count them out because they are in so much trouble throughout the last few years. I don't even know if TikTok's going to be around much longer. But either way, you've got plenty of different platforms to do video content on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Kick, and God knows how many others are out there. Then you've got all the different audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, all the different music apps, podcast app platforms, and everything else where you can be able to do a audio show of some sort, or maybe create music, or whatever it is you want to do. You have the ability to write blog articles or case studies. You could do data entry. You could be a marketing agent. You can do whatever the hell you set your mind to. There's plenty of people throughout time who have proven that. So quit doubting yourself. Quit letting others' opinions, their negativity towards you or towards blindness in general, be that guiding factor. You could go out and do whatever you want to. It's just too many people are afraid to take that leap. And if that's you, what is holding you back? What makes you so nervous to make that leap? Don't have a supportive community? No self-confidence? What? Because I know firsthand you can accomplish it. And others in our community know it for a fact too. Perfect example is 1 year ago. In fact, we are literally 5 weeks away from myself taking that leap. And no, maybe I didn't make a crap ton of money in the past year, but I did earn enough to prove that it was possible. Now, have I accomplished every goal I wanted to over the last year? No. I'm still working on some of them. But that's alright, because once I get the next process done, that should increase the opportunities even more, which means opening more opportunities for you. So I hope you understand and realize that there are a variety of different skills that you already have and skills that you can continue to improve or gain and be able to accomplish your goals. You have members of the community like me and many others who are here to help provide you information, resources, and guidance to be able to do what you want to do. You also have government programs that are out there designed to be able to help you to do what you want to do. There are nonprofit organizations that are around the United States, Canada, and internationally who have dedicated years and millions of dollars to help our community. So it is entirely up to you to determine what you want to do, how you want to do it, and how you're going to get there. So stick around, keep watching the videos here on this channel and around the community, and I will guarantee that you will find something that'll be right up your alley so you can accomplish your goals. Till next time, hope you have a great day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you in the next episode.